Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to a new live episode of He Said, a look at the world from a seasoned black man's perspective. I'm your host, Alvin King, and welcome to our Friday night episode, ladies and gentlemen. Uh, happy what am I go- I'm just going to say happy Friday to everybody right now. Because it has seems like these short weeks just always makes it seem like my days are off. And so I know now it's Friday because I'm here with all of you, everyone. Um, I don't know if you all are prepared, but tonight is the Mega Millions drawing, and it is at $1.15 billion. And the drawings is at 11 o'clock tonight. So for all of my friends who say that you love me, if you bought a ticket and you win, remember that you said you love me. And this is for my family too. You love me. Okay, I'm here. I'm here for you. Um, Also, it is the final Friday of 2024, ladies and gentlemen. And we are excited about that tonight because our show, 2024, a year in review, we are ready to talk to you about some of the things that have helped shape 2024 for us. There has been so many things, so many great and not so great things happening in 2024. But Bobby and I have put a show together for you tonight that we're sure that you're going to like. Happy Kwanzaa to everyone, ladies and gentlemen. For those of you who celebrate Kwanzaa, and happy Hanukkah to everyone who celebrates Hanukkah. It is also Hanukkah. Hey, Monica, how you doing? Thank you for joining us tonight. Hey, Oscar, happy holidays to both of you. Well, hey, Rose, how are you? Welcome to the show tonight. Because it is our year in review show, we have a lot to do tonight. So I'm going to get the show started right now, and I can't do it without having this gentleman on the show, ladies and gentlemen. So please welcome the co-host for the chat, Bobby. I think I threw my producer off. I think I did.
I'm here. I'm ready.
Bobby.
Alvin.
Hey, Bobby, how you doing?
Well, my brother, happy Friday. You are absolutely right. These middle of the week holidays can really throw people. I had to remind several people today that it is Friday.
My phone rang this morning because I work remotely.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, why are they calling me? Because I thought it was Saturday.
Oh, you actually thought it was Saturday.
I thought it was Saturday. Why are you calling me? Yeah. But welcome to our show tonight. Hey, Michi, thank you for joining us tonight.
Hey, Meech.
So, Bobby, first of all,
Yes.
how was your Christmas?
Blessed and highly favored. Michi and I actually drove up to Philadelphia, the Philadelphia area, and had dinner with our friend Vita Robinson, who just cooked an extraordinary meal once again. And so after the show tonight, I'm going to start to dive into some of those leftovers that I brought home with me. So it was very, very good. A wonderful time of fellowship with what I refer to as family, friends that we choose to be our family. So
Yeah.
How about yours?
My Christmas was very good. As you know, first of all, I want to say thank you to several people who reached out to me because they knew my sister passed away last year about this time, and they didn't know what I was doing for Christmas, and so they extended an invitation to come to their home and have dinner and whatnot. But
Very
I
cute.
had dinner with my two favorite aunts,
Mm-hmm.
Minto and Teresa,
Uh-huh.
and I tell you, all I can say, I'm just so filled with joy that family knows how to show love in a way that I can't even express. I
That's
mean, it was
important.
just from the moment you walked in the door, I was just embraced with the holiday because of them and my cousins, and a friend of mine went with me to dinner because his family's not here, and so
Mm-hmm.
we got a chance to see my family. And I cooked, I ate, I came home, and I slept.
Well, you had some fun too. Your social media posts. I did. I forgot to mention to you that I did see the white elephant exchange that you posted. That was fun with one of your aunties actually choosing her gift.
Yes, and I got to give a shout out to my cousin. who lives in Atlanta.
Uh-huh.
And when I tell you, he brought, I don't know how he got through whatever I was
With
going to say,
customs and all that.
customs and all that, but from Georgia. But he wrapped like 50
TSA, not
something
customs.
gifts. He wrapped 50 something gifts and brought gifts for everybody and put lottery tickets under everybody's plate.
Oh,
And
wow.
just, I mean,
Wait, the lottery?
he put lottery tickets and scratch off tickets under
Wow.
everybody's plate.
That is really sweet.
Yeah. I'm telling you, it was just a loving day that I needed to have with my family, and I needed it. So thank you for asking about that, Bobby.
It was like an Oprah moment.
It was absolutely incredible.
Lift your plate, everybody.
JJ, welcome to the show. Sean is here. Welcome to the show, Sean.
Everybody.
We've been talking about you. So, my brother, thank you for joining us tonight. Well, Bobby, 2024 was just something else.
Interesting. In a word.
In a word. But you know what, ladies and gentlemen, we have pulled some of our favorite moments from 2024. Hello, Michelle Sims.
Hey, Michelle.
Been singing your name today too, my sister. 2024 had so many ups and downs, twists and turns, moving and shaking and whatnot. But Bobby and I have a show put together, like I said, a show with some of the highlights that we thought would bring some conversation and attention to the show tonight. But before we do that, Bobby and I want to play a game with you all.
So we're counting on your participation tonight. We're really counting on you guys to chime in as you always do. And
I'm going to give credit. She just joined. One of my sisters on here tonight sent me a text this week, letting me know how she, as far as her friends, she gives them something every year. And so I took it and I put it into the show. Excellent. So tonight we're doing a game called A Word Game, ladies and gentlemen. And for our word game, for those of you who are on here, and you can chime in, we want you to answer these questions. 2024 was, in a word, one word, and 2025 will be in a word. Whatever that one word is, let us know. 2024 taught me
in a word,
and I am leaving in a word. I am leaving blank in 2024 and pick up blank in 2025.
So those are words.
Those are words. So I feel free to say, put that back up later on, ladies and gentlemen. But we want you all, please chime in, and play the game with us, and we'll be back later in the show. How about that? And Bobby, let me ask you.
Yes.
In a word, 2024 was for you what?
Interesting.
Okay. Mine was unpredictable. Okay. And for starters, 2025 for you will be what?
Challenging.
Mine will be hopeful. Okay. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get off.
I will go into it with hope, but I anticipate it being challenging.
I have to keep hope. Hope has to remain in my pocket.
Michelle, 2024 equals hell, said Michelle.
And I'm sure there's a lot of people who would agree with you, but I'm sure 2025 will be hell also. Okay. She said 2025 will be blessed. Come on now. Go. Thank you, Michelle. Well, as we said, in 2024, several national headlines dominated the news here in the United States. And these events collectively shaped the national discourse throughout 2024.
Yep.
And the first one, ladies and gentlemen, that has, just blown all of our minds in a way. A convicted felon will be sworn in January as the 47th president of the United States. That's right. Donald Trump secured a second term as president of the United States, marking a significant shift in the political landscape. He won all of this year's 7 battleground states: Arizona, Georgia, Michigan, Nevada, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin. And actually, Vice President Harris fared worse in these states than Joe Biden did 4 years earlier. But in May, as I just told you, jurors in New York in a criminal case actually convicted him of 34 felony counts of falsifying business records. And this is the first time a former or sitting U.S. president has been convicted of criminal charges. And what does Time magazine do? They put him on the cover as Man of the Year. Just like, but this is where we are in America, ladies and gentlemen.
Ooh, okay, breathe.
I know you won't say his name, Bobby.
I don't say his name, and you know that old saying that if you can't say anything nice, just don't say anything at all. So but I will say that the process of getting to being elected was an interesting one as well. And in fact, in July of this year, I remember it well. President Biden ended his re-election bid following a challenging, I think challenging is a nice way of putting it, debate performance against the former president, citing concerns about his age and mental illness. People were very concerned after that performance. And in fact, within a relatively short period of time, in response to a lot of people calling it out, he endorsed Vice President Kamala Harris as the Democratic nominee, stating, "I offer my full support and endorsement to Vice President Harris, a dedicated public servant who will lead our nation forward," was his statement upon his endorsement of her. Now, in doing so, it caused a major transition, as you might imagine, within the Democratic Party, because this withdrawal prompted the Democratic Party to navigate an unprecedented shift in the late election cycle, less than 100 days, essentially, in order to really kind of reintroduce Kamala and get her to receive the nomination and the presidency. The party faced challenges in unifying support and recalibrating campaign strategies to bolster Harris's candidacy. So there was a lot to be done in a relatively short period of time.
A lot.
Yeah. And in doing so, there were challenges, as you might imagine. There was a lot that was going. There was some challenges there. So she inherited a campaign that was already struggling due to Biden's unpopularity and a lack of cohesive message. This situation left her with limited time to redefine the campaign's direction and to connect with voters effectively. And that was a challenge. It was a challenge connecting with male voters, female voters, but in the midst of it, there was this incredible resurgence of money, and there was momentum in spite of the challenges.
Yeah, and as to add on to that, Bobby, as some contributing factors to her loss, analysts point to several reasons for her defeat, including inadequate engagement with key voter demographics, failure to address pressing economic concerns, and an emphasis on opposing Donald Trump rather than presenting a compelling, proactive agenda. Now, that's what the analysts say. I honestly, and proof is in the pudding because she didn't win. But I don't totally agree with that. But, again, I'm sitting here, someone else is sitting there, and he will now be the 47th president. But I just thought she did a good of a job as she could with all that was handed down to her in such time. So
I very much agree with you. I think it was an extraordinary campaign given some of these factors that we've spoken about. In fact, as I said, that the amount of money that she was able to raise in such a short period was record breaking.
Right.
So as you said, there were certainly internal critiques. Now, some Democratic officials attributed the loss to external factors, while others acknowledged internal shortcomings, such as outdated political strategies. They questioned how she was actually reaching out. What were the strategies used to really try to introduce her and reconnect? An insufficient adaptation to the evolving media landscape. How was she utilizing social media to her advantage? There were some of the criticisms. But as you said, it is undeniable what this woman was able to accomplish in a relatively short period of time. So I am with you. I don't have a whole lot of time for the criticism.
Yeah, I don't. Again, I'm hopeful. So I'm gonna keep moving.
That's right.
And one of the last points that the analysts are saying led to her demise, if you will, were tensions with the labor unions that they also played a role. And for instance, the Teamsters president, Sean O'Brien, criticized Harris' perceived arrogance doing campaign interactions, leading to the union to withhold her endorsement, and that was which was a significant departure from her long-standing political engagement. And in fact, something that even came out today in the news, which said that that she was really arrogant when it came to them, and even told them to their, I guess to their face, that she will win the election with or without them.
Wow.
And yeah, so that, but to bring closure for me to this, I thought she ran a hellified race, and I'm proud of what she did.
As am I.
So
another topic that often makes the headlines in America, unfortunately, is mass shootings. In 2024, there were 488 mass shootings. Now, according to the database Gun Violence America, a mass shooting is determined by 4 or more people being involved in the shooting. And so the deadliest incident took place in the Chicago suburb of Joliet in January, which 8 people were killed, including 2 teenagers, and 1 was injured. Gun Violence America defines a mass shooting, as I said, once again, is a minimum of 4 victims shot, either injured or killed, and not including any shooter who may have also been killed or injured in the incident. Now, in addition to gun violence and mass shootings, which often get the most attention in terms of the media, we don't want to lose sight of the fact that there are mass killings that also take place that can happen from a variety of things. Now, these mass killings often impact disadvantaged communities more so than affluent ones. And they can be as a result of blunt force trauma, stabbing, domestic disputes, victim offender relations, such as stranger in a family or acquaintance or a coworker, including, for instance, the Madison, Wisconsin shooting recently, that was about a week ago, where a young teenage girl actually went to her school and 2 people were killed. And I want to point out, being a girl also is an unusual profile in terms of mass shootings and so forth. But once again, these types of incidents that often don't get quite the same coverage in the media are often most felt in disadvantaged and communities of color.
Yeah. Well, but I don't know how they're going to combat gun violence. That's a topic for me that I just like to sit in a room with people who have strong opinions on what to do.
Yes.
and how to, get it under control, because I seriously have like this space in my head of not knowing where to go in order to combat gun violence at any level. I don't see a way of making it go away. You know what I'm saying?
I think part of the problem is that Americans are infatuated with guns, and they don't want to take accountability for the fact that a gun does not go out and just kill someone unto itself. So first, there's the question of the stability of people who have access to them and their capacity to act responsibly. But it's also the access to the guns, how readily people can get access to weaponry here in the United States, because there are people who have mental disorders all around the world. But the United States is head and shoulders above nations throughout the world in terms of mass shootings and things. And part of it has to be the access that people have to weaponry of this level. What person needs an assault rifle? Even if you're saying, I just want something to be able to defend my property and my own self, and so you don't need an assault rifle. So for me, part of it is just the access to the guns and our denial of what they actually, the way that they impact our lives, particularly as an educator. Children are far likely to be more killed by a gun than a drag queen reading a book. And yet we can come up with legislation to ban that pretty quickly, as opposed to guns.
And while you were talking, I was thinking, and I don't mean to, I'm not trying to desensitize mental illness, but it just really disturbs me how every time someone goes out and kills someone, mental illness comes into play. And I think sometimes going out to get a gun, buying the gun, planning, that's all calculated. And if that's what mental illness does, I have a lot to learn. But the way mental illness is always spun into combating gun control or conversations around gun control, it really bothers me.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I go back to say I need to sit in a room with a bunch of people who really got strong opinions about how to combat this. We have some viewers that have chimed in. First of all, Samuel, welcome to the show. My friend, happy Kwanzaa to you. And Michi said the Democratic Party needs to redefine the party and start grooming all of the younger talent that is in the party now.
Agreed.
And many need to step aside. Can I say many of those old heads need to step aside, Michi? Bobby, thank you for that.
Absolutely.
Thank you for that. And, last but not least, one of the topics that have been dominating the national news this year are natural disasters. Significant floods and hurricanes impacted various regions, leading to discussions on climate change and disaster preparedness. All 18 storms right here are in the Atlantic Basin happened in 2024. 5 major hurricanes: Beryl, Debbie, Francine, Helene, and Milton. They all caused major damage and catastrophic flooding from Florida to North Carolina. Here, I'm going to give you some of the damage that these hurricanes did, or these natural disasters made in 2024. First of all, Hurricane Helene. This tropical cyclone in September 24 caused 225 deaths. I mean, by herself. As of November 30th, at least 166 people have died in floods in the United States, which most of the deaths were occurring while they were driving.
Wow.
In Las Vegas, where it's hot, the average daily temperature in the summer of 2024 was 96.2, the hottest summer on record. And in Clark County, the coroner's office confirmed that 491 deaths could be attributed to the heat wave, Bobby. All right. And as far as tornadoes go, in April, there were nearly 400 confirmed tornadoes, more than double the average, and at least 7 people were killed directly by tornadoes, and several more died in related incidents. All right.
Climate change.
Climate.
I'm telling you, it's real, and it can be dangerous. It's all seriousness. It's
climate.
It's amazing.
It is no joke. And I'm so glad I live in DC. Sometimes,
we don't deal with a lot of that extreme stuff. You're right.
No, we don't deal with that. Hey, Rodney Bryan had joined. Rodney, thank you for joining the show. Okay,
hey,
he said, BS. Never underestimate the power of ism. Oh, you want to complete that word, Bobby? Ism. Okay, Bobby. I mean, Rodney, I hear you.
Their variety, but I'm assuming the one that he is choosing is racism. I will assume that. Hey, Rodney.
And Blue, welcome to the show. He said the Dems do represent America, U.S. The GOP represents the Old South. Well, you got that right. Yes, you do. So thank you all for joining the show. So we're going to move, on in 2024. Sports played a significant part in reshaping 2024.
Absolutely.
And we all witnessed several significant events across both men and women's competitions. These stories highlighted the dynamic and ever evolving nature of the sports world in 2024, showcasing remarkable achievements and significant developments across various disciplines. Here's some of the ones that we have for you. I'm just going to go ahead and kick it off with Caitlin Clark. Okay? Caitlin Clark. Her ascendancy in women's basketball.
Yes.
She was honored as the AP Female Athlete of the Year following her impact on women's sports. She led Iowa to the national championships game, became the top pick in the WNBA draft, and won Rookie of the Year, drawing an unprecedented attention to women's sports and the record-breaking viewership and sold-out arenas. And she was getting some backlash from people who thought that she didn't deserve what she was getting. But the girl is bad, and
she's bad. I will give her that.
She's bad. She broke numerous NCAA and Big Ten records during her time at the University of Iowa. She became the all-time leading scorer, surpassing Pete Maravich's record
She's serious.
She also became the first player to record at least 3,800 points, 1,000 assists, and 950 rebounds in a career.
There's no question that Caitlin Clark is awesome. There's no
Okay,
question.
okay, and because of her awesomeness, the average price of tickets for an Iowa game has increased 224% since she joined the team in 2020.
It's amazing.
And yeah, and last but not least on Caitlin, she was the number one overall pick in the 2024 WNBA draft selected by the Indiana Fever. The girl is bad. You got
All
to
about my girl Angel Reese.
oh well. see, see,
I'm just saying.
see, Angel Reese is bad too, but
She's bad. She's bad.
but Caitlin
But
Clark.
She's the you know what?
Yeah, you can't.
No, you can't deny it. Her stats alone tell the story.
Okay, see, but see, you didn't do Angel. See, Angel, we love you too, Angel. we do, but we had a short time. We only got an hour.
That's right.
To tell your story, that's 12 minutes too, Angel.
That's right. But there's a lot of love to go around. In addition to Caitlin Clark setting records and breaking records and all of that, let's talk about the Olympics, the 24 Olympics. The United States topped the medal count for the fourth consecutive Summer Games, securing 40 gold and 126 total medals. Now, the Games achieved full gender parity this year, which is quite unusual. Equal members of male and female athletes. And who among us can forget one of the sports that was introduced this year, and that being, of course, there's Katie Ledecky here from the DMV, some of our track runners here that were breaking records. But what I wanted us to think about was that sport that we all know and love, that now is a sport, breakdancing.
Lord Jesus.
Do you remember breakdance? And there is a lot of mixed emotion still about
her.
Her. Like her. It's her. That one.
That one right there.
Her.
Okay. That one right
what
there.
Was she doing? She looked like she was having an epileptic seizure as opposed to dancing.
First of all, how you doing?
Michelle, how do you feel? She said, in a word, trash.
Trash.
Michelle she's on fire tonight. 2024 is hell. And that breakdancing was trash.
Yes, yeah. When I heard that breakdancing was coming,
yeah,
I kind of cringed because I didn't think. I know somebody. Don't cancel me and don't take my card. But breakdancing versus ballroom dancing. What? And I don't care. You can tell me ballroom dancing is not a
card
sport.
Is taken.
Okay. but this was something that now I hope that they have 4 years to kind of shape and get it the way they want, because it was so funny to watch these people compete in that category or in that. I can't call it a sport.
Well, and that is the question that's up debate. Do people really consider it a sport? But I'm trying to think, what else could you call into question?
You mean what about breakdancing?
No, about another sport that somebody questioned it before it was actually introduced.
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you, but this is the Olympic. I mean, this is the Winter Olympic. That thing where they're like shuffling the ball.
Yeah. Yes, I know what you're talking about.
That's like me looking at golf.
Disc. It's like a disc. Yeah.
If they remove that, and you can bring ballroom dancing is just.
Did you see the person who won the gold for breakdancing though?
I did.
He was incredible.
That's right. Thank you, Rodney. Curling.
It's curling. Thank you. That's it. Thank you.
It is absolutely horrible.
The guy who won was incredible. So there is a level of breakdancing that certainly could be seen as competitive as ballroom dancing, because of the physicalness that it requires of you to do what you do with your body. Not everybody can do it, as demonstrated by what's her name?
Well, and I'm gonna bring it home and say thanks to the Olympic Committee for bringing diversity into the games.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I'm gonna give
I
them
think that's
that.
a good way to wrap that
I'm
up on.
I'm gonna say thank you. And they didn't stop with breakdancing
Uh-uh.
because LeBron James and Coco Gauff, they were the Olympic flag bearers this year.
Yep. So
And
another break
that
in diversity.
that
Yep.
was that was really good to see, and another breakthrough in diversity.
Yep.
And while we are talking about sports and we're talking about LeBron James and all his awesomeness,
Yes.
LeBron James and his son Bronny James, they have made NBA history. James and his son Bronny, they are the first father-son duo to
Teammate.
play in the NBA simultaneously.
Isn't that something?
I mean,
Imagine having your child that you remember holding as a baby, now your teammate on an NBA team.
I just think
Pretty
it's so
amazing.
good. The message that's sent there. A lot of people will try to throw nepotism in there, Bobby, and say,
Mhm.
no, Bronny had a damn heart attack. While trying to, develop his craft. I mean, he's that good. And when you have a father that you can look up to and aspire to, I think that's a blessing within itself. And so I think watching them on the court,
Yes.
it's so beautiful to me.
Yeah, it's a magical thing. And
Yeah.
when we look at other examples of nepotism throughout the country,
Yeah.
again, I don't have a whole lot of time for this one.
Nope.
The boy can play. His father's a legend. Done.
He said you don't have a whole bunch of
I
time.
don't.
What you say? It's a simple. What do you call it? It's a no-brainer.
It's a no-brainer. And I've also learned as I've gotten older, every call does not require a response.
Oh, come on now. And you don't have to accept every RSVP to an invitation.
No. And
Come on now. We got another one. Come on.
No is a complete sentence.
We're on fire. That's what we're taking into 2025. No nonsense.
It's a complete sentence.
It's no nonsense. Well, thank you, Bobby. Well, we're going to move on now to our culture and entertainment.
Absolutely.
And the events that, significantly influenced the cultural and entertainment sectors throughout 2024, reflecting a dynamic nature of the industry. And it cannot go without saying that one of the top names in entertainment was Taylor Swift. Okay. Okay. Look. Taylor Swift record-breaking tour became a cultural phenomenon, reflecting her significant influence in the music industry. Just recently, Taylor Swift won 10 awards at the 2024 Billboard Music Awards, including the top artist. This made her the most decorated artist in Billboard music history, Bobby, with a total of 49 wins. All right.
It's amazing.
She won her fourth Grammy. She won her fourth Album of the Year Grammy for Midnight, breaking the record for the most win in this category. And she also announced at the 11th that her 11th studio album, Tortured Poets Department, it was released in April during her tour. So that just took her to a whole nother hemisphere. Now, mind you, ladies and gentlemen, before I finish, I only know one Taylor Swift song.
Which one? Is it Shake It Off?
Shake It Off. That's the only song that I know. But I cannot, I can't deny her hustle. You know what I'm saying? So the girl is doing, but I just wanted to get that out. But last but not least, she has increased the number of NFL fans that have grown by more than 4 million since she began attending the games, of course, with her boyfriend, Kansas City Chief. What's his name? Travis
Kelce.
Travis Kelce. And this includes 53% in the 12 to 17 age group, a 34% increase in the over 35 group. These are all women, and a 24% increase in the 18 to 24 demographic. Do you know
Amazing.
what that's done for football?
Amazing.
Okay. And last but not least, she's an incredible businesswoman
Mm-hmm.
because her Eras Tour film earned $92.8 million in its opening weekend.
Wow. Monica,
And
I don't get it.
Monica, I don't get it either. Like I said,
Ronnie's like, that's her song? Yes, that's her song. Shake it off.
if it's music, okay. Because I don't know it and I don't know what people see. So I'm with Monica on that.
But you know what I really also appreciated is that I read a story that as the tour ended, she gave huge bonuses to everyone who worked on the show, her crew, the stage crew that traveled, like thousands and thousands of dollars in bonuses. Huge.
I mean, who needs a lottery ticket when you work at
Taylor, you know?
Who needs? And I also read that her and her boyfriend, why can't I get his name? Travis Kelce.
Yes.
Travis. They band together, and they bought gifts for all the Kansas City Chiefs.
Nice. Well, They've got it. They can do that. They don't have to do it, but they've got the money to do it, and it's nice that they think to do it.
Again, Taylor, we salute you in 2024. You did your thing, and we just wanted to show some recognition to you on that.
To the Swifties, Taylor and the Swifties. Now, another big thing for 2024 was Cowboy Carter. Beyonce released an album, Cowboy Carter, and it showcased the fusion of country and pop, and reflecting her versatility and influence in the music industry. Now, of course, there's a little bit of controversy around it because despite the fact that it topped the country charts for weeks, that it broke records, the country community, Rodney talking about those isms, responded in a very interesting way and tried to deny the fact that it was country music. Like, it was shunned. The Country Music Awards, she did not get one. Although the album broke records, stayed at the top of the charts, highlighted and lifted the voices of other Black country artists. And so I want to say that people can say there are a lot of ways to respond. And when I was saying, like, every call does not require a response. She didn't get an award. You didn't hear her complaining about it, all of that. But then she gets selected to play at the halftime of this Houston football game on Christmas Day. So there's a captive audience there. So she comes out and she not only slays in terms of presentation, but again, she chose to say, I will show you what country can be and what it is. She not only lifted her own voice, she brought out other Black female country singers and lifted them, those who were part of the album. She brought out Shabuzi, who is this Black man whose music, again, is topping the country charts, did not get an award. I mean, he's a Black man. He's got dreads. Visually, he ain't what they're trying to support, even though his music, they'll dance to his music, but they don't want to acknowledge him as a country performer. She put him there. She had a historically Black college band playing while she was doing. She's like, I'm going to show you. You can deny all you want. I'm going to show you what country is. And she gave another phenomenal marketing, uplifting Blackness in her performance. That's what she did. She uplifts it and puts it there whether you want to see it or not. You cannot deny it.
Look, Michi said that Taylor's Eras Tour garnered $2 billion in sales, and she gave millions in gifts to everyone who worked on her tour.
Yep.
And Rodney said it didn't rise, meaning Beyonce, I'm sure, her album, it didn't rise to the intellectual level of the other country songs. Clearly, they thought they had the power to say that. But Bobby, I want to go back to something that you said.
Yes.
You said that they selected Beyonce to perform.
Who did I say they?
Yeah, well, you said she was selected.
Yes.
To perform. I just want to make sure that she was not selected. She negotiated that. She went to them she's under a $60 million contract with Netflix.
Yeah.
And she told them that she had three things that she wanted to do. She already did the what do you call it?
Super Bowl.
No, not the Super Bowl.
No.
She did that TV special that she did where she went back to the Homecoming. She did. This was the second one, so it was already there. You see how strategic she is? She planned this before she even released the album because she knew that she would be rejected. And she said, I can show you better than I can tell you. And she did. So, you know, I was sitting on my TV. My food fell out of my mouth. I was like, just like.
You don't even have to like, you know, like you said, it's not even about you liking her per se, as much as you got to respect the game in terms of knowing how to market, how to say, you don't have to accept me if you don't want to. But even though I topped your charts, that's how I'm trying to figure out. If you don't see it as country and you don't like it, how could it have stayed at the top of your charts for as long? And because that's based upon sales and plays.
Well, and look at the Grammys. She has 11 nominations for that album. So who needs a CMA? Basically is what she's saying. You know what I'm saying? And you hit another point, Bobby. She did it silently. She didn't nothing on social media, anything where she was, you know, casting anything.
She didn't ask people to boycott the country music. She didn't do any of that. No.
And
she was like, just watch Christmas.
She told the Beehive, just be quiet, y'all.
I got this.
I got this. Well, another piece of entertainment that happened this year that took all of us by storm. I'm going to take you back to the Olympics, where Celine Dion performed from the Eiffel Tower in the Olympics, and she performed. You know, she hasn't sung publicly since 2020 because of her battle with stiff person syndrome. And when she shocked the world with this triumphant return to music,
iconic.
It was iconic when she came on, and I want to make sure I pronounce it. She performed The Power of Love, but the Power of Love singer performed Hymn L'amour. And when I tell you,
go with that one.
I had to leave that alone. But all I can say, that was an iconic performance for the Olympics that I think we all will remember for a very, very long time. And the 56-year-old French Canadian singer, you know, she has been very vocal about her illness, and she said that, you know, she had almost died, but she prayed that she could get back to performing. And one of the things that places she wanted to perform was for the Olympics. And
she tore it up. It was iconic.
It was iconic.
Near the Eiffel Tower, the rain, you know, there she is being Celine. It was fantastic. It was one of those gasping moments of performance. It was beautiful.
It was good. It was good. Ladies and gentlemen, also in entertainment. Now, many of you may have seen it and many of you may not have seen it. But one of the top movies on Netflix this year was Baby Reindeer. And if anybody knows, if you know me, I told you all need to look at Baby Reindeer, okay? Baby Reindeer became one of the most talked about TV shows, captivating audiences with this intense narrative, okay? This woman by the name of Martha developed an attachment to this man named Donnie and begins to stalk him both in person and online. And this guy here, this guy who played Donnie, is the guy who it actually happened to, and he wrote the story.
Oh, wow.
And gave it to Netflix. And all I'm saying, it is the best 7-segment piece that Netflix has done. It has suspense, drama, comedy. It's dark. It just keeps moving. And when it's over, you're like this. What just happened to me? I'm telling everybody, please go to Netflix and see Baby Reindeer. It was one of the best shows in 2024. And there were some good ones, but Baby Reindeer will hold your attention. Yes,
I will follow your lead because, of course, before the show began, he was letting me have it, and our producer for not having seen Baby Rain. So I will see it, but I'm going to watch it after I see 6888. That's gonna
Oh,
be that's my
I've
treat.
already
Okay.
I've already seen it. That is good. Let me get Rodney said power and influence pertaining to Beyonce and what she did.
Yep.
Hey Troy Patterson, happy
Hey
birthday
Troy.
to you. Welcome to the show.
Happy holidays, man.
And Monica said she showed us, yes, Beyonce. And Kendall said she may have done it silently. However, it spoke volumes. Yes, it did. Yeah, yes,
Volumes.
yes, it did.
Volumes.
And it's on Netflix now, so y'all can go back and see 30 minutes of the 13-minute concert. It's on
It
there.
is. It is. Okay, great.
Yeah, you can go back
Great.
and see it. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So now you would literally have to be under a rock to not know about this next story. Okay. You would literally have to defy gravity. Okay.
Wait a minute. Hold on. You tinkle for that. Okay.
Okay.
That was good. That was good. I got one for you though. But you
Okay, it's not hyperbole at all to say that Wicked has had a wicked run at the box office since its premiere before Thanksgiving. So much so that it's Christmas week and the film is still performing exceptionally well. Now, after a strong Monday before Christmas that saw the musical pull in a whopping 4.6 million, an 88% rise from its Monday performance last week, Wicked has officially crossed the $575 million mark at the global box office. Now, Wicked, a domestic total, now stands at $389 million, and its international haul much less at $187 million, leaving its worldwide cumulative haul at $576 million at the time of this show. Now, Wicked finished this weekend, the weekend of December 20th, third at the box office with $14 million behind Sonic 3, Hedgehog at $60 million, and of course, The Lion King, Mufasa, The Lion King at $35 million. But still, Wicked has done wicked well.
It's wicked. I'm waiting because both of them have been nominated for Emmys already.
You mean
both of them? No, Emmys. The Emmys comes on first, right?
But Emmys television.
Well, no, the Emmys.
Do you mean the Golden Globe?
The Golden Globes or the Emmy? It's the Golden Globe.
It has to be Golden Globe. Yeah, because Emmy is only television. Yeah.
Well, both of them have been nominated for Golden Globes.
Okay.
I knew it wasn't an Oscar yet.
Yeah.
And so,
and of course, the Golden Globe often kind of predicts in some ways the Oscar.
Well, let's. There's been some social media banter about they're not even in the same category. You know what I'm saying? Because one is supporting actress and one is leading.
I'm assuming that Ariana is leading and Cynthia Erivo is supporting. You
know what? I don't know. I'm not going to go on record and say which one is which because I'm not sure. I'm not going to do that, but I'm going to do my homework. And, if any of you, I don't know which one is leading and which one is supporting.
Yeah.
But I can tell you who I hope isn't.
Well, I think they both did an incredible job. But
they both did a great job, but that's some division going on there. Yeah.
I'm so enamored by Cynthia Erivo. I just think she's extraordinarily talented.
Can I tell you what I did? Sidebar. Christmas Eve.
Yes.
I was downstairs working out in my basement, and I went to YouTube, and I just put in Cynthia Erivo, and so I was in Cynthia Erivo concert for like an hour. Like everything that YouTube could play with Cynthia Erivo. And it was, she is just absolutely incredible. First it was Shirley Bassey, then it was Whitney Houston, now Cynthia Erivo.
All incredible artists. I just want to also, as you were talking about movies that you must see, I think that it was a great sleeper, yet an extraordinary production of Cynthia Erivo when she did Aretha Franklin. When she did Aretha, she was unbelievable.
You're gonna make she
was. So I encourage people to see that. It was on television. It wasn't in the movie theaters. Jennifer Hudson did the one in the movie theaters. Cynthia Erivo did the one on television, and it was great. And finally, if you have not heard her sing Alfie at the Kennedy Center, you owe it to yourself to YouTube it. It will give you chills.
Shirley Bassey, Whitney Houston, Cynthia Erivo. All right.
Done.
And last but not least,
Troy said it's Cynthia Erivo for Best Actress. Thank you, Troy.
thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, now last but not least in celebrity news,
Yes.
ladies and gentlemen, the rise and fall of Sean Diddy Combs.
Ooh.
A hip hop empire is now crumbling. As many of you all know, Sean Combs, the boy from Harlem who became a hip hop icon, now faces federal charges that could see him spending years behind bars. The indictment against him reads like a Hollywood thriller filled with allegations of sex trafficking, racketeering, and a host of other slippery crimes that paint a picture of a man who used his power and influence to prey on the vulnerable. All I can say to this is, Sean, you let greed get in the way, and now you have to pay.
Oh, are you trying to rhyme? Like you let greed get in the way, and now you have to pay.
Now you have to pay. You know, I so many people are going to be impacted. Other celebrities, as we see, Jay-Z is now drawn into it.
Oh yeah.
They said that the minister
TD Jakes.
TD Jakes had a heart attack or something because of the stress from this.
Wow.
And his implications associated with it. So yeah, it's
it's definitely going to go into 25. Like this is not over by any stretch of the imagination.
It's going into 25. Yeah. It's going to 25. So those were our recaps and our highlights of the year, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow.
So thank you for being a part of letting us share them with you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And now at this time, we would like to take a moment to honor and pay tribute to a number of influential people who made a difference in our lives, who left us during the year of 2024. So please join us here at He Said, He Said, He Said, as we remember in Memoriam 2024. We remember Memoriam 2024.
May all of those souls rest in peace. Well, Bobby and I thought before we leave that we also wanted to share with you, take a few minutes to share with you our most iconic and most inspiring visuals that we have taken away from this year. And I'm gonna keep it quick. One of my most inspiring visuals this year, because this happened, I mean, literally the day before I crossed this bridge, ladies and gentlemen, the aftermath of the Francis Scott Key Bridge in Baltimore when it collapsed on March 26. A Singapore flag vessel hit a column supporting the bridge, causing part of the span to collapse and killing 6 construction workers who were on it. State officials estimated repair to cost up to $1.9 billion to repair this. This was one of my most inspiring visuals of 2024.
And for me, it was an image that I believe embodied the hope of the future and the importance of representation. It was the image of Kamala Harris accepting the nomination for President of the United States and her great niece looking on. And we all had such extraordinary emotion in seeing this little girl look up at her great aunt and think that she could be the first Black South Asian woman to hold the highest level of power in the United States and arguably one of the most important positions in the world.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Bobby. And I chose this picture because of I love tennis and the athleticism of tennis. This picture captivated me. This is Novak Djokovic as he slid at the net for a forehand against Francisco Carandulo at the men's singles 4th round match during day 9 of the 2024 French Open in Paris. This picture right here says, Alvin, you cannot play tennis ever. Okay, so ever. Okay.
Not if you got to do that. No.
If you got to do that, Alvin, if it means that much to you, then it is a wrap. Okay.
That would have been a missed ball right there.
and last but not least, we wanted to select someone who we thought was our person of the year. And I don't know if you all will agree with us, but it is none other than Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg has been everywhere this year. I mean, everywhere. Look, what's her name? The track star who Sha'Carri Richardson. She was put out of the Olympics for smoking weed. And Snoop Dogg has made smoking weed cool. And look, he was over the Olympics. But what he's doing on The Voice also is just absolutely incredible. I just love what he brought to The Voice this year, to the show. I just love Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg, you are our person of the year. We see you and we know that you are doing what needs to be done. So everything, Snoop Dogg. Okay. Am I not his son? I don't know. Okay. I'm not his son. Okay. All right. Well, we have definitely run out of time.
You're right, Troy.
but we wanted to take a few minutes before we let you go. And Sean, yes, Greg Gumbel passed away
today. Actually. Yep.
And also today would have been the gentleman who went to Howard, the actor who was in the. Why am I just all of a sudden it just went out of my head. He went to Howard, the actor that was in Black Panther. Yes.
Chadwick Boseman.
Chadwick Boseman. His birthday was today. Yes.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
His birthday was today.
We speak his name. May he rest in peace. Chadwick Boseman. I definitely would have included him. But he didn't die. He didn't die in 24.
He didn't die in 2024. Yes. That is correct. So, Bobby, would you like to just say thank you? Some thank you to our viewers.
As we come to the year end, first of all, I want to say thank you, Alvin, for all the work that I know you put into the show each and every week. I show up. I follow our script. We work together on putting a show together. But the amount of work that you personally put into this. People will never know, but I do, and I just want to say thank you. And I want to say thank you to our producer, Norman, as well. And finally, to all of our viewers, our faithful viewers who tune in every Friday night to join us. I just want to say thank you guys. We really appreciate you, and the best in 2025.
I'm going to echo everything that Bobby just said, except I'm going to thank him. You don't just show up. You definitely you complement the show, and that's what's important. We do work together, and for losing a member this year, and then having to do this together and try to make he said look like he said. You definitely bring that to the table. So I echo everything he said about our producer, and to our viewers, thank you. And since I'm there, ladies and gentlemen, in 2025, we have a new he said member who will be joining us. I can't tell you who he is, but you know me in promos, so I'm gonna put it out there. Okay, it's coming. Look forward to that in 2025. So thanks again, Bobby. We will not be here next Friday, the 3rd. We will be back on January the 10th. We're going to take a little break before we bring on our new guest, our new host. Okay. And our words of the week this week. What the new year brings to you will depend on a great deal of what you bring the new year.
Amen.
Amen. Okay. And this is by Vern McClellan. And a special shout out to our producer who put that video together tonight, ladies and gentlemen. It was
in Memoriam. Absolutely.
It was absolutely incredible. So thank you all for being here tonight, everybody. I hope you have a happy new year. Whatever you do, be safe.
Absolutely.
And and we look forward to seeing you in the new year on the new episode of He Said.
He said.
Okay.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year. Take care.